A question that new learners of Spanish are desperate to know is how long does it take to learn Spanish? In this video, we are going to break down this frequently asked question and give you some insightful perspective on the matter. Everybody wants to learn Spanish for different reasons. You are much more likely to succeed in learning Spanish if you have a strong motivation. For example, you love Spanish culture and plan on visiting a Spanish-speaking country. However, you may not be as successful if your reason for learning Spanish is that you want to impress a Spanish girl at work. What happens if that girl changes work and you lose contact with her? An important question to ask yourself is, based on the reasons I want to learn Spanish, am I going to still care about it in 5 years? Will I still be happy that I learnt it? If the answer is yes, then continue your journey. It's vital that you establish what level of Spanish you want to achieve. Do you just want to be able to say a few phrases, or do you want to speak like a Spanish native? Once you have decided, you can begin to take consistent action to achieve your goal. If you look at the European framework for language learning, you can identify the level you want to achieve. Okay, so you've established a goal and have a strong motivation for learning Spanish. However, the fact of the matter is, you have to put in the work. Unfortunately, learning a new language is not easy, and it takes hundreds of hours to become a proficient speaker. Take a look at the table to see how many hours of classroom learning you have to put in to achieve different levels. If you are self-studying, you could double the amount of hours needed. However, the hours needed varies greatly between learners. Speaking a language that is similar to Spanish can cut your learning time drastically. For example, Portuguese is very similar to Spanish in terms of vocabulary and grammar. Therefore, Portuguese learners don't need much time to become proficient Spanish speakers. However, don't despair if you're not Portuguese. Even English has a lot of similarities with Spanish, and in terms of foreign languages, Spanish is one of the easiest to learn. English and Spanish share a fair amount of vocabulary, as some of the words derive from Latin. Also, if you've already learnt a foreign language, you will have a great advantage to learning Spanish, as your brain has already been through the process before. One of the best ways to learn Spanish is by moving to a Spanish-speaking country. By moving to a Spanish-speaking country, or by spending an extended period of time in one, you can mix with native speakers and have lots of opportunities to practice. It's a fantastic feeling being thrust into the native environment, and it will ultimately force you to speak the spoken language. Take a look at some of the best ways you can spend time in a Spanish-speaking country. Attend a foreign language school. Teach English as a foreign language. Volunteer. Travel. However, this does not always produce the best results. For example, an English teacher living in Spain might not actually improve their Spanish dramatically, as they converse in English for pretty much the whole day. With the revelations of technology, there are now many different methods to learn Spanish, and you're not restricted to only grammar books, although these are extremely useful. As a result, it is much easier to keep motivated and find a method you like. It's clear that there are a number of different factors which will affect your learning speed. At the end of the day, everybody is different, and we all vary greatly in regards to learning a new skill. Here's a recap of how to successfully learn Spanish. Set a clear goal. At what level do you want to be able to speak Spanish? Have a strong sense of motivation. Know your why. Study consistently. Choose the right learning method for you. For more information on how to learn Spanish, go to www.learnspanishsnappy.com.